The St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party has filed an injunction to have the state of emergency removed and to get airtime on ZIZ broadcasting. In a press release issued on nomination day, the party, through its representatives Conrad Maynard, Marcella Liebert, and Denzel Douglas, served the Attorney General and ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation with a constitutional claim filed in the High Court of St. Kitts and Nevis on the 22nd and 27th of May, seeking an injunction against the government of St. Kitts and Nevis and ZIZ Broadcasting for infringement of the rights and liberties of the Labour Party, its candidates and supporters. These documents were served on the Attorney General at 9:17 a.m. and on ZIZ at 9:35 a.m. The claim calls for an urgent hearing of the court and seeks a declaration that the state of emergency resolutions published by the government on April 18th and May 13th are unconstitutional and thus null and void, and of no effect as it was passed contrary to Section 19(7) of the Constitution, which requires a specific period to be stated. Additionally, the Labour Party representatives have asked the court to declare that the COVID-19 emergency regulations published by the government on May 8th are unlawful, disproportionately restrictive, and discriminatory against the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party and its supporters. The release said these laws enacted by the Harris administration violate the fundamental rights and freedoms of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis and were made purely for the purpose of limiting the said rights and freedoms of the opposition St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party and its supporters, in an attempt to give an unfair advantage to the government in the upcoming parliamentary elections. All current future measures, including closed borders and mandatory quarantine to protect public health or prevent a second wave of COVID-19, can be effectively managed under the Public Health Act, the release added. The Labour Party claims that over the last 9 days since the announcement of the elections, despite the emergency regulations being in place, members of the government and their supporters have been gathering in large numbers for political meetings, both indoors and outdoors. They claim the police have been directed by their superiors to suppress similar opposition activity. This, the party said, is a colossal infringement of the democratic rights of the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party, its candidates and supporters, which will not be tolerated. Regarding the injunction against ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, the party said the government-owned media house has been violating its rights to equality before the law, freedom of speech and expression, freedom of association, and freedom from discrimination. The party claims ZIZ discriminates against its supporters. The party claims ZIZ discriminates against its supporters as a result of their political views, giving an unfair advantage to parties that form the government. To date, ZIZ refuses to cover its news, political views, and events of the Labour Party, or to give equal access to the only state-owned media on the same terms as the government, the release stated. ZIZ has since responded to these claims in a statement by the chairman of the board, Lester Hanley.
ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation is pleased to announce the historic news that equal broadcasting time will be provided to the 5 registered political parties and any nominated independent candidate ahead of the June 5th general elections in St. Kitts and Nevis. From today, Wednesday, May 27th, nomination day, up to 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, June 4th, ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation will allocate a total of 8 hours, which will be 480 minutes, of paid programming to each registered political party and a nominated independent candidate. For the first time, political ads from all political parties and candidates will be aired on ZIZ. ZIZ will also allocate an additional 30 minutes per day, free of charge, to each registered political party and independent candidate, the cost of which will be borne by the state as a gesture of goodwill.